interesting times. This week's stories. In Ontario, Canada, Aid to Humanity reaches out to a Niagara community. In California, Thousand Oaks Community Center provides shelter for Morea Fire victims. Guerrero shows in Los Angeles and pleases moviegoers. In Florida, Spiff's Folks Fair highlights world cultures. In DC, Washington celebrates the Nationals' victory. Plus, in Seattle, Washington, Pike Place Market shopping on a budget. This is Eagle News Weekend Edition, broadcasting from Las Vegas, Nevada, bringing you stories from around the globe. I am Lonnie Valdecantos. Help came to a community in Niagara in Ontario, Canada, through the Aid to Humanity project. Recipients say one bag of groceries means so much to someone facing tough times. Here's the report.
The city of Niagara Falls is a tourism and hospitality hub. Every year, about 12 million tourists come to the city to experience its social life, entertainment industry, and scenic landscape. Even though Canada is a wealthy country, its provinces, cities, and towns are not immune to poverty. FYM Foundation is here to add armor and support to this ongoing fight in hopes to have a profound effect in reducing poverty and hunger in the world. Its vision and mission is based on their unceasing commitment in addressing the needs of people and communities on a global scale, and that includes the city of Niagara Falls.
We are here today to have our Aid to Humanity and Evangelical Mission activity of the church. Members of the Church of Christ are always guided by the church administration through the words of God. One of God's commandments written in the Bible is to love your neighbor as you love yourself. That is why we engage ourselves in activities that benefit the community.
It's about 3.5, maybe even 4 hours to get here in Niagara, but together with my brethren and myself, and also our goodwill or care packages, we are united with our church administration to show the love of the brotherhood, but also the love for our fellow men.
The Iglesia Ni Cristo, or Church of Christ, in conjunction with the Felix Y. Manalo Foundation, reaches out to the community in Niagara Falls through the Aid to Humanity project. Today, more than 400 care packages are ready to be provided to those in need. Each bag contains items such as fruit juices, cereals, pasta, canned, and other dry goods.
My own view is that I met people I've seen here, like a community of very happy, accommodating people. Like, this is not something you see all the time. People that are so accepting, like they're willing to really talk to you, help you, and all that. And it's something that we should encourage, and it's lovely.
Aid for Humanity is something that people should not fear or think that they are less. Because when I needed help as a student, I never got that.
Okay.
And today, this event just amalgamated everything, coming together and actually giving something to the community, and which is really great. And it's amazing because it goes a long way, because you have no idea what a bag of groceries will do to a family. It will change their whole life.
Local community outreach projects like what happened here in Niagara Falls is part of the Church of Christ of volunteer service.
Driven by their belief that whenever you possibly can, do good to those who need it.
For Eagle News Service, reporting from Niagara Falls, this is Rex Adam.
And I'm Ilani Guardian.
We are one with 25.
Thank you, Neilani and Rex. Meanwhile, a community center in Thousand Oaks, California, welcomes and provides temporary shelter for victims of the Morea Fire. Winverly Rivera reports.
After a series of consecutive fires in Southern California, there is another fire that broke out called the Morea Fire in Santa Paula. This affected about 9,412 acres of land.
all these people were brought here because their neighborhood was being cleared by the fire department because the fire is getting too close.
The fires are getting tiring. I've lived out here for 23 years. The first 21 years we had one fire. In the last 2 years we've had a fire each year. So I don't know what's going on, but it's becoming an uncomfortable place whenever the wind comes up.
Well, you asked me how I feel about folks impacted by this particular incident or similar incidents. And the Canal Rec and Park District is an independent special district to provide rec, park, and open space services to the community. And one of the things that we provide is community centers. And so it feels really good to know that in the community's time of need, we have the kind of places people can come to take shelter. And we have really excellent staff that help folks get out of harm's way.
This is the second year in a row that our park district has been providing shelters for people in fires. And it's really nice to see the community come together. Everyone on our staff has been so awesome, and everyone with the Red Cross just working together to provide all these people with a place that's safe to go, to get away from the smoke and the fires.
Edison took the power down as a precaution while they're cutting a tree down that could have taken them out for a long time. So we have no power at the center, so we had to temporarily run little generators and cords. So they have temporary lighting and some basic stuff to charge phones and whatnot and get them through the night. Keep checking and adding fuel every couple hours to keep them running, and that's about it. We use them for this all the time. That's what their job is, so they can, they're meant to do this.
I am Winverly Rivera, coming to you from Santa Paula, and I am 1 with 25.
Thanks, Winverly. Coming up, still in California, Guerrero shows in Los Angeles and pleases moviegoers. In Florida, Spiff's Folk Fair highlights world cultures. In D.C., Washington celebrates the Nationals' victory. Eagle News Weekend Edition will return shortly. Stay with us. Welcome back. This is Eagle News Weekend Edition, coming to you from Las Vegas. I am Lonnie Valdecantos. EBC film Guerrero shows in Los Angeles, California, with hundreds of moviegoers anticipating the sequel to this cliffhanger. Eagle News correspondents Eva and Alan Basalyaje spoke to some of them, and here's what they have to say.
Multi-award-winning BBC film Guerrero premieres in the City of Angels, Los Angeles.
Held at the John Wayne Performing Arts Center, the LA premiere of Guerrero was attended by over 800 people. Once inside the lobby, guests immediately discovered opportunities to snap souvenir photos, while others couldn't resist attempts at copying the movie poster.
At last, event organizers started the movie, and Guerrero viewers couldn't have been more pleased with what they watched.
I am so happy that I brought my kids today. This is one way of showing them how life is. Like how to deal with life based on the experiences that you've seen in the movie, and that's something is good experience for them.
We need this kind of movie so that all of the members of the family can watch this movie.
There's
an underlying statement that tells you, keep going, keep moving forward.
When life knocks you down, to always keep getting back up and always get back on your feet.
There was a lot of scenes in the movie that really touched me and taught me of so many things regarding family, just having a family of your own and just making strong bonds with each other.
It's inspirational. The theme of the film is you can't give up. There's always something to look forward to hope for. There were scenes that you thought were just gonna be really emotionally gripping, but then there would be a comedic break too.
If you like a good laugh, you'll enjoy this one.
It was a very funny film. I love everything about it from beginning to end. A lot of good humor. There are some sad points to the film. There are some heartbreaking, some parts that'll make you cry.
It did make me sad. There's parts of the movies where I could relate to with my family. So yeah, that really got to me. It makes me interested more in seeing the second part because I want to see how it goes for all of them. They're really good characters.
I would be very excited to watch Guerrero Dos because there's a lot of questions that I'm asking about the first movie, and I want the questions to be answered in the second movie.
When Guerrero Dos comes out, I will be so happy to get that closure because I don't want to give away the ending, but let me tell you this, you will definitely want to and need to watch Guerrero Dos. Yes, definitely. There's no question about it, you need to do it.
The moviegoers who watch the Guerrero first or Guerrero 1, they want to watch. They are so excited to watch Guerrero Dos. And me too. EBC, you did a great job.
Job well done, EBC, and looking forward for more movies like this. Congratulations.
Good luck on Guerrero Dos, and I want my questions to be answered.
Pero Guerrero kami. Tuloy ang laban.
With the sequel saved for another day, guests nonetheless appreciated the solid storytelling of Guerrero. Sure, there were English subtitles for those who needed them.
But the appeal of Guerrero's don't give up message translates well no matter what language you speak.
In Los Angeles, California, Eva and Alan, Eagle News, we are 1 with 25.
Thanks, Eva and Alan. In Florida, it was a celebration of cultures at the Spiffs International Folk Festival. Eagle News correspondent Abby Aragon with the details.
With Florida being the tip of the United States, it contains a mixture of many different ethnicities. About 47% of Floridians are made up of different nationalities. The St. Petersburg International Folk Fair Festival shows off those different cultures in efforts to show Floridians, especially in the Tampa Bay area, how important it is to embrace our differences.
The festival has people from many different countries, all glad to share their food and culture. It showcased the diversity that exists in the world, which most of the festival goers agreed is important. Some people, like the vendors from the Hamong tent, have been going to the festival for years and enjoy coming back. This is what they had to say about the display of different cultures.
Yeah, I think it's important because being exposed to different types of ethnicities, I think that really shows appreciation for the different types of people that we have here in the United States. And then it also broadens our perspective on understanding how people are, to empathizing with them, and then also just having a better clarity on how to treat others when you appreciate their culture.
Definitely, because in Florida, especially here in St. Pete, we have a lot of ethnic, like Asian to Africa to Middle East, and we have a lot of nations that come here and set up a vendor, and they show their clothing, to their traditional food, to their language. So it is really good for education for the kids.
Representatives of the festival, like Ellie Anderson, also believe that showing diversity can broaden people's views of the world and make them realize that there's much more than what you see every day.
I think it's really important to see different cultures in your hometown because you might not be as exposed to them when they're not all in one place, and you might not go and seek them out on their own or on your own. So Spiffs really gives you the opportunity to have all of it at the same time. I think it's important to learn the values of other cultures and try to incorporate them into your own lives.
Well, I hope you learned as much about these different ethnicities as I did. Signing off from St. Petersburg, I'm Abby Aragon, and I'm always 1 with 25.
Thanks, Abby. Washington celebrated the victory of the Nationals after their come-from-behind win, not only in the World Series, but also from the entire season. Eagle News correspondent Ken Cruz spoke to some fans celebrating at the nation's capital. Here's the report.
There's a lot of things going on here in the United States, particularly here in the nation's capital. Large and serious issues like threats of war, the economy, impeachment. Today, for the people gathered here in the streets of DC, none of those things are a priority at the moment because the Washington Nationals are the World Series champions for the first time in the franchise's history. Although some people just became fans of the Nats recently, the World Series win by Washington had just as much impact.
It's amazing. We've gone with a couple of other GC teams. We haven't had the best of luck, but I mean, it's pretty cool, especially now coming to the parade, seeing everybody just united as one is pretty cool.
My first time and it feels amazing.
For longtime Nationals fans, this win meant so much more.
Being from DC, born and raised, and of course being a supporter of every home team, Wizards, Redskins, Nats, when they were 19 and 31, of course, a player like Bryce Harper, it's like, okay, well, it's just another DC team, another bad season. But when they turned it around and, eventually winning 90 games, it was like, okay, and actually getting into the wild card round, it was like, okay, maybe we got something here, but they're probably going to lose. And then seeing them make it out of the wild card round, and then beating the Dodgers, and then beating the Cardinals, it was like, okay, I think we're on to something. And making it to the World Series, of course, was pretty big.
Whether one was a first-time admirer of the Nats or a loyal fan who's witnessed the ups and downs of the franchise, many agreed that the win and even the victory parade brought Washington, D.C. together.
I feel like it helps us just because, like I said, you could see during the parade, everyone was just united. Everyone's energy and their vibes just kind of pumped everyone else up. Everybody was just friends with each other without even knowing our names. It was pretty cool.
Seeing DC win, it actually gave a lot of hope for the city because, like I said, being from DC, growing up in DC, you don't really have much to cheer about. But the baseball team winning, it's a different atmosphere. It actually brings a lot of people together, especially with everything that DC has been through the past 4 or 5 years. It brings the human out of people. You see that in more ways than none, we're actually all pretty much alike. And we can all come together and cheer for a common cause.
From the Nationals victory celebration here in Washington, D.C., I'm Ken Cruz, 125.
Thanks, Ken. When we come back, Seattle's Pike Place Market Adventure. Eagle News Weekend Edition will return shortly. Stay with us. And we're back. This is Eagle News Weekend Edition, coming to you from Las Vegas. I am Lonnie Valdecantos. Eagle News correspondent Brendel Fajarin will take us to the 112-year-old public farmers market in Washington State, Pike Place. She accepted the challenge to experience what this tourist attraction has to offer on a budget of only $50. Take a look.
It's another beautiful fall evening here in Seattle, Washington. I am standing on Pike Street, intersecting Pike's Place in the most popular market. I'm sure you can tell from behind me. But this place was opened 112 years ago, back in August of 1907. more than 10 million people come here on an annual basis to pay a visit. Why? Maybe it's because of the location. It does overlook Elliott Bay, where a very popular marketplace overlooks. What is this marketplace, and why is it so popular? Is it because of its location? I mean, check out the beauty. Or could it be the produce, the products, the pastries, the people, the pleasantries? Well, you got it, folks. It's all of the above. So many things happen here. So many people come to visit, whether you're a local or a tourist. Today, I'm a local coming here on a $50 budget, still determined to have an experience and to really see where my $50 can take me and what kind of memories I can create here at Pike's Place Market. Let's go see what we can get with $50. About having an experience even on a budget. Well, getting some yummy ube ice cream is going to be part of that awesome experience here at Pike Place Market. Enjoy some clam chowder, but that was on a bonus budget, so never mind. So far, with the $50, I was able to purchase a yummy scoop of ube yam ice cream at Sky Giant Yogurt Joint. Now I'm about to enjoy this red bean ball. Why am I buying so much food? Because food is part of the experience. I was also able to get me a bouquet of flowers. You'll see that in a little bit. Some lihimoy powder that you'll see in a little bit that we're going to powder over some mango slices and enjoy it with the family. We got a pork bun, pretty much food, because food you will remember forever. The taste from Pike's Place Market is something extraordinary and something very different, and I'm a firm believer that's why a lot of people come out here, is to eat and to enjoy everything else. Again with a nice cup of coffee. The original Starbucks was actually established here on this very street, Pike's Place. So we're gonna go get a cup of coffee. Out here on a weekday during the evening where there is no 10 million people all at one time. I was gonna do it for myself with this cup of coffee, but I actually got it for Jacob, who's my cam op. Go ahead and put the camera to yourself. Go ahead.
I can't.
But I really thank my crew for helping me with this first vlog here in Seattle. I'm Friends of Heron, Eagle News 125.
Thanks, Friendell. That is this week's Eagle News Weekend Edition. Join us next week for stories from our bureaus from across the nation and around the globe. Visit our websites at eaglenews.net and eaglenewslive.com. Follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/Eagle News and on facebook.com/Eagle News. Thank you for watching. I am Lonnie Valdecantos. I am one with 25.